to win it with a touchdown and an extra point. And with one last chance, 6 seconds to go from the 37-yard line, it's Mr. Anderson throwing to the end zone, and Kellen Winslow, he leaps over two guys, comes down with it. What do the refs rule? A flat-out incompletion as opposed to the force-out Derek Anderson's looking for. And does Kellen Winslow have an opportunity to get his feet down? It sure doesn't look to be the case. They buzz down to see, I guess, if he made the catch or not, because you can't look under the hood and rule a force-out. But how many times can the Browns lose a game and then almost win it after regulation this year?
No limit.
Almost happened again.
What an exciting team.
It was an exciting game. The Cardinals are 6-6, while the Browns have everybody in Cleveland skip a heartbeat again, falling to 7-5. However, the Browns, that is good enough to be in the playoffs if they started today as the 6th seed. The top 4 teams, as you can see there, are your division leaders. The Titans are on the outside looking in at 7-5. Next week, hosting San Diego, a big game. And the Bills, as we saw at the top of the program, beat the Washington Redskins on Sunday. They are 6-6. They host the Miami Dolphins next week, so they are quite alive. In this AFC playoff picture, I guess my question for you, Deion Sanders, is when it's all said and done, who in the AFC is going to be a wild card winner?
That list we just showed you is very accurate.
That's it? You think that's the way it's going to be?
I think that's the way it's going to be because of the teams they're playing and the way they're playing right now. I like the Browns, home or away. I like the Browns because they have all intangible. Defensively, they're still the Browns, but they can score on anybody, and they're going to make that sure that game is interesting.
The two surprise teams would be the Buffalo Bills at 6-6. Who would have thought they would have been right there in the 13th week of the season? And the Cleveland Browns are such a pleasant surprise for Romeo Crennel. But Jacksonville and Tennessee, those are the teams that run the ball, play good defense, seem to be pretty darn solid. I think it would be a surprise, an unexpected pleasure, I think, if Cleveland made it when it was all said and done.
Do you know who thought the Bills would be in it? The cagey Dick Duran. He always thinks
The Bills don't think the Bills are going to be in it.
6-6. They're 6-6.
With rookies everywhere.
Yeah.
And there was no Marshawn Lynch.
It'll show.
They got it done.
Remember this conversation.
Well, remember, I'm going to file that away. Wild card picture as is wide open. Although the Giants may have really put themselves in a pole position for it. Look who's back in the mix.
There's a rookie.
Pearson. So the New York Giants start the season on fire, like 6-2, right? And then Tom Coughlin's team starts going south again. Last week, Eli Manning throws 4 picks against the Vikings, and then the first time out against the Chicago Bears. Look at this, throws right over the middle of the Urlacher. Forget about it, I don't even want to watch this anymore.
Okay.
I have totally lost my
You have
marbles.
lost your mind.
And that pick led to this. Rex Grossman
Greg's on fire.
getting the Bears off the schneid to Desmond Clark, 7-0. Second quarter we go. Devin Hester on offense. Deion, you say you want it, you want to see it, you get it right here, and then Devin Hester wide open. Oh, my.
When you're that fast, you're used to running on your toes. When you have to slow down, you get on your heels, and the ball has a tendency to bounce and shakes on you, and you misjudge it.
See, I'm not that fast.
Yeah, he didn't even see that.
So there you have it. So the Bears would have to punt. Giants get the ball back, first play after that. Here's Derek Ward as Brandon Jacobs was hurt again, couldn't go. 31-yard gain for Derek Ward, who had a career-high 154 rushing yards. Couldn't finish the game, however, we'll tell you that in a moment, as Ward pops it in to tie the game at 7. 19 seconds to go in the half. The Bears are up by 3. It's 3rd and 10. Grossman back to pass, tries to spin away from Posey, and that's just not going to happen.
Rex has a problem when he drops back. He keeps dropping back instead of just getting rid of the ball.
Led to a field goal. The Bears did a lot of field goal settling in this game. It's 16-7. Seconds left in the third quarter. Eli escapes good, then throws bad.
Yeah, good escape, but he had probably should have pulled it back down because Tillman had him covered.
Charles Tillman with the pick. So the Bears take over at the 20. Giants get no points, and they're down 9 with 11 and change to go, and Manning throws to Amani Toomer for an 18-yard catch. 7 plays later, Ward up the middle, but he fractured his fibula on the play and done. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and goal. Manning to Toomer. This is ruled incomplete, but Tom Coughlin has one of those red hankies. That indicates he wishes to review the play, and it's a good idea because
Like he has his hands underneath the ball.
Upon further review, it's a touchdown for the Giants, who are now down 16-14 and on the comeback trail. Next possession, Bears try to respond on 3rd and 4, but Justin Tuck bags Grossman. 6 sacks of Grossman on the day. Bears forced to punt. Giants get the ball back. 2nd and 6, Manning throws to David Tyree, who makes a play for 24 yards to take it down to the Bears 17 with mere ticks to go in the game. 2 minutes to go, as a matter of fact. Manning to Plexico Burris, 15-yard catch. So instead of the Giants maybe kicking a field goal to go up 1, they want to maybe get a touchdown and go up 5, and they do.
And they do. That's a big score now. Put them ahead by 5.
Bears with 26 seconds to go. 4th and 15, needing to convert. Grossman and Muhammad, they do just that. 1st down, 3 plays later. 4 seconds to go. Last chance saloon for the Chicago Bears. And Grossman's pass knocked down by James Butler, and the Giants come back with 14 unanswered points in the 4th quarter to improve to 5-1 on the road, 8-4 overall. 6 sacks for the Giants gives them an NFL high 44 sacks, and they win despite 3 turnovers on the day from their quarterback.
It wasn't the prettiest. At times it was flat out ugly, but it was sweet. It was sweet at the end the way we did it. We fought back. Our defense, played great, kept us in our offense. When we needed plays, we stepped up. Guys, we made the breaks. And last week when things weren't going our way and we had some tip balls and different things, we didn't make any plays and the breaks went against us. Well, this week we made our own breaks and guys made the plays that we needed to win the game.
So how would the Vikings follow up their great performance against the Giants in Giants Stadium against the Lions at home this Sunday? Well, it helped to have this young man back in the mix.
How exciting is he? He doesn't look like he had a knee injury at all.
Adrian Peterson, 28-yard gain on the first possession. Everyone wondering how the Vikings are going to do it with Peterson and Chester Terrell. That's how they're going to do it with those 2 guys.
Well, that's got to be the best, arguably the best 1-2 punch in the game.
Yep. 7-0 lead for the Vikings. 2nd quarter now. Here's Tavares Jackson play faking, throwing to Andre Allison. If this young man at quarterback decides to put things together, this Vikings
if
offense.
If he could do that, just make the right decisions and stop making mistakes and bad interceptions.
And then 4 plays later, look at this cutback.
Oh.
In the open field, nobody can get a hand on this guy.
9th touchdown of the season for Adrian Peterson. Vikings go up 14-3. Next Lions possession. John Kitna needing to get things going. Roy Williams spending all week saying he wants the ball more, and he gets this 43-yard gain here, but he would leave the game with a knee injury later on. 2 plays after that catch, Kitna to Casey Fitzsimmons, and it's a 4-point game.
Nice play action fake. Casey Fitzsimmons, a tight end coming out of the backfield.
But the Lions then had to do what all teams do after scoring a touchdown, and that's kick it off.
Have to kick it off and cover a kick.
Common theme in the NFL, everybody getting out of line. You see the Minnesota Vikings setting up a great wall, great vision by the kick returner, just missing tackles by the Detroit Lions.
103 yards, longest kickoff return in team history. Vikings up 21-10. They're up 28-10 in the 2nd quarter. 1 minute and 6 seconds left in it. And Kanachi Udeza picks it out of the air. And we've got big man with football.
He's been running real slow. I mean, really slow. Is he serious?
Help me up. 37-yard return. Then 5 plays later, Jackson to Sidney Rod.
Nice and tall.
Vikings are scoring seconds before the half. They're converting, they're running, they're catching, they're jumping, they're special teamsing. 35-10 is the score.
Tavares Jackson is really improving. He's not turning the ball over. He's being real steady, especially with his play-action passing
3rd
game.
quarter now. Here he comes again, Adrian. Oh, what a move he puts on Kenoy Kennedy.
Are we going to show that again?
I think we must.
I hope so. This is not fair.
Oh, that ain't right. That ain't even right.
So he scores twice.
That's not right there.
He comes up with 116 yards, and he only ran it 15 times.
They want to keep him fresh.
Only ran it 15 times, and look who's at 6-6. Not just the Lions, who were once upon a time 6-2, but the Minnesota Vikings are 6-6 and flat out in the NFC mix with perhaps the greatest rookie running back ever.
It really wasn't no hesitation, with the practice and everything, how I practice, just going out there like it's a game, just to try to test everything out and see if I feel any kind of nick or any kind of pain with, with cuts or catching the ball and turning around or anything. But like I said, the only thing I was, I haven't seen was going out there and getting hit. you know, and after the first couple of plays, I was back into my groove.
So as you can see, Adrian Peterson, despite missing a couple of games, still leads the league in rushing. 1808 is the rookie rushing record by Eric Dickerson. I don't want to go out and say he can't get it. He has 4 more games to do it. It's still a large record in the distance. But the question for you, Steve Mariucci, is with all these defenses daring the Vikings to throw it, how do they keep running it so effectively?
Pat Morris, the offensive line coach, has got these guys blocking them up. Take a look at this 97 slant play against 9 in the box. They don't care. They're going to run it anyway. We get good push with the offensive line. Tony Richardson on the free safety. Wide receivers are blocking. Backs are blocking. And here's Chester Taylor down the sideline for 13 yards. Very physical play. Watch, 98, toss, crack. We're going to crack with the receivers. We're going to pull the tackle. Ryan Cook and Richardson out here. Give it to Adrian Peterson. Let's block them all up and leave one safety for the runner. And Adrian Peterson is not going to be tackled in the open field by anybody. Great play. How about this Fox 2 run out of U personnel? We're going to block them up and double Sean Rogers. And we got McKinney and Hutchinson. Wash your guys down. Great vision by Adrian Peterson on the backside. And we've got Kenoy Kennedy losing his feet here on the touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. 176 yards rushing by this outfit right now per game.
It's unbelievable. And they've won 3 in a row. They were 3-6. They're now 6-6, one of 3 6-6 teams in the NFC playoff picture right now, and it is just a jumbled race. The Giants are 2 clear of the field, that being the Cardinals, which right now have the tiebreakers because the Lions lost to the Cardinals, and the Lions have a better division record than the Vikings, so that's the way that would break. And then there are 5-7 teams right now: the Panthers, Eagles, Bears, Saints, and Redskins. So I think we can all stipulate that, barring an unforeseen disaster, the Giants are going to make the playoffs. Who's the 6th team making the playoffs, Dean? Who's the 6th
I like
team?
Arizona. I like Arizona simply because they're at Seattle. This going to be a tough game. But the rest of the schedule: Saints 5-7, Falcons 3-9, Rams 3-9. So depending upon the teams they're playing, I like their chances.
The only thing about Arizona, though, they have health issues at the wide receiver. Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald now need to get back healthy. I like the Minnesota Vikings. Why? Because they run the ball and they're so young. The quarterback's getting better. Tavares Jackson is really coming into his own, and they play good defense, especially stopping the run and rushing the passer. Now, the passing defense will get better as we go, but running the ball and stopping the run bodes well for a playoff run.
And Old Mo's wearing a purple shirt, too, right now. I mean, they've won 3 in a row. And as for those 5-7 teams, 2 of them are playing each other right here on NFL Network Thursday night. The Bears and the Redskins. And let's face facts: the winner stays alive in this race, and the loser most likely is going to be on the outside looking in once the season ends. Thursday night, 8 Eastern time, the Redskins hosting the Bears right here on NFL Network. Thursday night football. Still to come here on NFL Game Day. The Seattle Seahawks flying all the way across the country to take on the Eagles. And Lofa Tatupu had himself a game. Meanwhile, the Saints put the ball on the turf against the team they needed to beat. Birds flocking together. Seahawks and Eagles. Oh my. Donovan McNabb missing the game. A.J. Feely, great game last week against New England. This week against the Seattle Seahawks. First quarter, first play of the game for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Nothing more than Feely.
Wow. Well, Lofa Tatupu picks him off, brings it inside the Eagles' 20. And then look who's back in the backfield. It's Sean Alexander.
Run!
He does in the end zone.
Fresh legs.
Touchdown. 3 weeks missed it, and now he's in the end zone. Carl Buckhalter, though,
Yeah, he's good.
getting the Eagles right back, putting them on the board. And McNabb likes the fact that this game's tied at 7. Eagles' next possession. 3rd and 6 from the Seahawks 47, and it's
Not him again.
Feely.
Make the tackle. Make the tackle.
Nothing more than Tatupu picks him off again. Down to the 8. Seattle then cashes it in. It's Matthew to Bobby Ingram, 12-yard score. Seahawks up 14-7.
Matt Hasselbeck making good decisions and throwing the ball very accurately.
Well, you could say the same thing, I think, here from this particular play from the Eagles 43. Well, certainly it helps to have a wide open receiver.
Oh, wide open. Somebody blows the coverage, and he makes a great run after catch.
Nate Burleson scores.
That was too easy.
43-yarder, 21-10. But here come the Eagles. A.J. Feely, play action passing to Kevin Curtis, touchdown.
What a great play. This guy's been making catches game after game. Kevin Curtis, good speed and great hands.
And then an interesting decision for Andy Reid right before the half. It's 4th and goal. And Andy Reid wants quiet because he's not going to go for the field goal. He's going for 7, and he gets nothing.
Big
Has to
stuff.
like it.
Huge stuff.
Goal line stand.
Rocky Bernard leading that goal line stand, stopping Westbrook. 21-17. The Eagles would need those points later on. Third quarter after Seattle fumble, Brian Westbrook puts Philadelphia on top, 24-21.
This is one of the most exciting players in the National Football League, Brian Westbrook.
2 possessions later, that is
crazy.
Clearly disturbing. I'm just saying, I'm disturbed by that. Maurice Morris has got some skills.
Great open field move, and he's getting to the house.
Seesaw game, back and forth, cat and mouse. 28-24, Seahawks taking the lead, $1:38 left in the game. Westbrook back in punt formation.
Don't do it.
And they punt to him.
Here he goes.
And he makes a play.
You got to get in, Brian.
64-yard return.
Give him a block.
And he doesn't get in, which means it's up to who?
Feely.
It's not exactly
Nothing
American
more
Idol.
than Feely. He's on the other team.
Oh, Lofa pinches him again. Third time.
Trifecta.
28-24. The Seahawks win this one in Philadelphia, and they lead the NFC West by 2 games. A big game in Seattle next week as Arizona takes on the Seattle Seahawks, the only 2 teams in contention for the title in the NFC West. As for the NFC South, the Buccaneers and Saints, Jeff Garcia has got a headset on and a ball cap. That indicates he's not playing.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, I didn't play
That's
this
an
game.
indicator.
I'm just saying, it doesn't look like he's going to play. Luke McCown did.
Little flea flicker.
So did Drew Brees. Flea flicker up top to Marcus Colston, down to the 4.
Didn't trick anybody, but he made a great play.
And then Brees to Terrence Copper.
Great location with the ball. Over the top of the defender, perfect face.
7-3 New Orleans on top, but this McCown kid, he was 15 for his first 15 to start the game, including this one to Joey Galloway.
That Galloway kid.
Get in, Joe.
Kid flat out fly.
We didn't give him a touchdown for this.
Still.
They didn't give him a touchdown, but that just delayed the inevitable because McCown with some great play action, faking out everybody, even those with a camera for Fox.
Nice design to the play. Wide
Anthony
open
Beck touchdown. I mean, the whole world bites on the McCown play
The
fake there.
cameraman.
Nicely done. 2 possessions later for Nolans, trailing 13-7. Breeze deep for Devery Henderson. Touchdown.
That's making a play, going up and out wrestle the ball with the defender for the touchdown.
Saints need this game. They can't fall 3 back in this division. They were 1 or they could be 1 back after this game.
Fort Myers on.
Ernest Graham, 25 yards for the score. He's having an excellent year as Tampa Bay regains lead 2014. Next Bucks possession, Mike McKenzie. The only question here is, will he hold it up?
No.
Yeah, he won't be a primetime player either.
He's a disciplined guy.
I bet you that.
53 yards for the score. Saints, however, despite him not being a primetime player, now on top by 1 because of him. And then later on, McCown drops back.
Throw it away. Throw it away.
He doesn't, and Will Smith takes him down for the safety. Ron Winters walking like an Egyptian. That is hot.
And he grabbed the shirt, not the collar.
Takes him down.
That's not a horse collar?
No, he grabbed the shirt. See how he popped it at the end? He popped his collar at the
Shirt
end.
collar. Well, the ensuing possession for the Saints, all they have to do is run the ball out.
Yeah.
Don't do that. No! Too fancy.
Yeah.
Too fancy
When
for
you
a 4-minute
practice
drill.
it, he probably handed it to him. You get that pressure on you in the game, and he tried to pitch it to him. That's when plays like that go wrong.
And Devery Henderson can't get the exchange. Ball is loose. Javon Hay recovers for Tampa, which on 4th and 1, needing to convert to keep this game alive, converts. Ernest Graham, a tough 2-yard run there. And then the next play, McCown checks it down to Graham.
Graham had 7 catches and 100 yards rushing. What a busy day he had.
And then 3 plays later, 3rd and 4 from the 4. Holy Joey Porter, Super Bowl 40 Batman. It's Jeremy Stevens.
Tight end matched up on a shorter corner for the touchdown.
So Gruden's fired up. The Bucs are fired up because Tampa Bay wins and effectively will wrap up the NFC South right now. They lead that by 3 games over the Saints. Still to come, the Panthers taking on the Niners, looking for their first win at home of the season, while Steven Jackson running amok in St. Louis. So the 44-year-old Vinny Testaverde has already taken on the 38-year-old Favre and the 36-year-old Warner. So now it was 35-year-old Trent Dilfer in Cocoon 3. Bring it on in Carolina.
We have 90 years worth of quarterbacks out there?
79, but we can round up. And Dante Rosario, the rookie,
Do it, Vinny.
is on the opposite. That's Vinny, the Testaverde Dante Rosario connections, 10-0, and then Richard Marshall picks off Trent Dilfer.
Get him, Trent. Get him, Trent.
Oh, they took a lot out of Trent right there. Hold it up. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That's protocol.
Yeah.
That's
but
protocol.
Look at that, like that Steve Smith saying, bring it.
Right in front of Nate Clemens right there at the end of the half. 3rd quarter, Panthers up 17-7, punting. And Nate Clemens now walking the walk or running the run.
No, he's not used to that.
And then Dilfer finds Delaney Walker, and this is a 3-point game now, people.
We have a ball game. Nice throw, Trent Dilfer.
Panthers haven't won at home, by the way, this year. So just when they're beginning to feel the momentum turning, this is what really turned it. A muff punt by Michael Lewis. Dante Rosario recovers.
Focus, concentration.
Good game for
Make
this
the
Rosario.
catch before you run with the ball.
Deshaun Foster pops it in, and the Panthers win to snap a 7-game home losing streak. 6 sacks for the Carolina defense. They're 5-7. San Francisco 3-9 after the 31-14 affair. In Carolina, Joey Harrington starting for the Falcons. Gus Frerotte for the Rams. Feel the sensation.
Bad of the backups.
2nd quarter in St. Louis. Already 2 touchdowns of the day for Gus. That's 3. Isaac Bruce passes Chris Carter for 5th on the all-time receiving list. Congrats to the Reverend indeed. What a career he's had. But here comes Chris Redman in the game for Joey.
Joey wasn't happy about it either.
Well, I don't think anyone in Atlanta is real happy. And there's Redman, however, to Roddy White, 15-yard gain. 5 plays later, 3rd and goal, Redman to Michael Jenkins. We got a 5-point game.
We have a game here.
We do. Rams ensued possession after a false start on their own 32. It's 1st and 15, and there's Chris Crawford picking off Frerotte. Could the Falcons, however, put it in the end zone? The answer is no.
Great defense right there, reading that route, beating him to the spot.
And then the Falcons needing a stop to get the ball back.
Good feet.
Steven Jackson wraps it up.
Sooner or later, he's going to put it on you. 96 yards and a touchdown today with 4 receptions.
Yeah, St. Louis is getting healthier. Won 3 of 4 after the 0-8 start. They're 3-9, just like the Falcons. So to come, LT passed Sweetness on an all-time list. We'll tell you about that. While Jamarcus Russell just passed, period, which is news. Highlights coming up.
Beginning of the Jamarcus Russell era. 3rd interception today for Luka. I mean, the guy must be invisible. What a catch by Porter.
10-5, end zone, touchdown, San Diego!
Check on the AFC West. Jamarcus Russell didn't get the start, but he did come in the game for a couple series in the 2nd quarter, and here is his first play in the National Football League. And let it be known, it was a rollout, 16-yard pass to Jerry Porter.
Stick it on him. That's well done.
And he went at Champ Bailey, one of the best in the business, on his first play.
And let it be known, his 4th play was a shotgun pass, 3rd and 8 to Justin Fargas to pick up the 1st down.
I like the play calls, and I liked him using him first in a home game where there's no crowd noise to deal with.
Well, this was his 8th play.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, you got to get the kinks out.
4-7, 56 yards in 2 series that led to no points.
Got to take a shower after
We got
the game
feet
this
wet,
week.
though.
Later in the 2nd quarter, Travis Henry stripped of the ball by Robert Thomas. Tyler Brayton recovers. Oakland gets the ball in a tie game shortly before half on the plus side of the field. And Josh McCown, so we had two McCowns playing on this Sunday. Zach Miller touchdown. Raiders up going into the half 14-7. Third quarter after a Jay Cutler pick. McCown finds Porter on a very nifty 7-yard grab.
Hot throw against the blitz.
Hot
Beautiful.
Catch. That's a hot catch.
Great play. Great play by Porter.
Led to a Seabass field goal, 17-7, and then another turnover. 3 turnovers for the Broncos in this sequence.
That should never happen this late in the season.
Now Raiders recover at the Denver 13, and 2 plays later, Travis Henry puts the ball on the turf. Watch McCown roll. Of course you're watching. It's on television.
He's got good mobility.
Here he's rolling.
Passer, eyes downfield.
Yeah.
Shoot it in there.
No.
No, when a quarterback gets out of the pocket, lock on to the receiver because you have a tendency to take your eyes to the backfield.
Takes a huge hit, but still manages to find Porter in the end zone to put the Raiders up 24-7, 24-13. However, when McCown is fallible, he fumbles. DJ Williams recovers. 9 plays later, it's Travis Henry. So down 24-7, it's now 24-20. 27-20 is your score later in the fourth. Less than 9 minutes to go when Cutler commits the Broncos' 4th turnover of the game. Fabian Washington, nice play.
Jammed him off the line of scrimmage. Great physical play.
And then the ensuing possession, it's the son of
Hug it, man.
Justin Fargas. 33 rushes, 146 yards, and the Raiders, who lost 17 consecutive division games, have now won 2 in a row. They've won 2 in a row. First time they won back-to-back divisional games since their 2002 Super Bowl season. They improved to 4-8. The Broncos have now lost 2 in a row. They are 5-7. Meanwhile, without Larry Johnson in the mix, LT was in the mix for San Diego, and very much so. But so was Jared Allen for Kansas City, in Kansas City.
I love this guy.
Phillip Rivers sacked just before the end of the first quarter. Jared Allen wants to bag himself some quarterback again, so he does.
Great motor. He slips underneath the tackle for the sack. This guy is all out on every play.
We're tied at 3 in the second quarter. Play fake Rivers to Brandon Manu Maliuna in the phonetic nightmare.
Big man with ball.
Takes it down. However, it led to a Nate Kading missed field goal, so it's still tied at 3 when Damon Heward finds the all-time touchdown maker in Kansas City Chiefs history. So 3 plays later, 3rd and goal. Clearly, he's going to go to Gonzalez on the goal line. I mean,
You would think.
3rd and goal.
I would.
Clearly,
Look for Tony. Where's Tony?
you throw to Gonzalez, unless you got touchdown maker Jared Allen. Yes! What a catch by the defensive lineman.
Play.
Watch him adjust to the ball and escape. He gets a nice release at the line of scrimmage, lays out, stays in bounds, touchdown defensive end.
Wow. 10-3 Kansas City up, but Rivers strikes pay dirt just before the end of the half to Vincent Jackson, 38 yards on his only catch of the day, and it's tied at half. And then the second half belonged to somebody. Stop me if you've heard of this guy. Maybe you've heard of him or his initials or his accomplishments, but his name's LaDainian Tomlinson. Is that 21? Yeah, it's 21 in the program.
There he goes.
And certainly in the heart of San Diegans. He ties Walter Payton for 3rd on the all-time career rushing touchdowns list with 110. And then he breaks it in the 4th quarter. That one was a lengthy one, and this one's just a little mini one.
There he goes.
28 yards here.
That was easy. Teardrop.
So I learned something, Dion. You know what I learned?
What did you learn?
I learned that when you run it 23 times for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns and pass Walter Payton for 3rd all-time on the touchdowns list, you go 3-piece at the podium afterwards. 3-piece. I learned that.
Yeah, it was an incredible day for me. You know, just kind of a disbelief also, you know, because of what he meant in my life. And, you know, he gave me something to strive for, something to look up, someone to look up to, doing it the right way, you know. And I have so much respect for him, God bless his soul, because he allowed kids like myself to be able to dream, you know. And I just have so much respect for him and his family. And it was a great moment.
Pretty respectable neighborhood when you're passing Jim Brown and Walter Payton.
Great company.
And you're looking up at Marcus and Emmett. That is pretty respectable company. So congratulations to LaDainian Tomlinson as he passes Walter Payton, who is always smiling upon us here on the NFL Network set, always. So the Chargers, they start out 1-3 and everybody's wringing their hands. What's Norv Turner doing? Well, they won 3 in a row, they're 4-3. And then they dropped to 5-5, everybody's wringing their hands. What's Norv Turner doing? They're 7-5 now. And they have control of the AFC West right now by 2 games, you can see. They're at Tennessee next week. It's a tough roadie right there as the Broncos go home to take on a Kansas City team that is free-falling now to the point where they are tied for last place. What do I ask this question of you all the time behind the scenes? What do you make of the Chargers? What do you make of the San Diego Chargers?
I have yet to see him put it all together. I mean, with Phillip Rivers having a great game, with Gates having a great game, LT having a great game, and the defense having a great game. 20th ranked defense, 21st ranked offense. We only give you these numbers so you know what you got. So when you get to the playoffs or close to the playoffs, you say, oh man, I didn't know these guys can stop the run. Baby, we're telling you what you have, and they don't have balance.
Well, they don't have the record that they had last year, but they're going to run away with this division because Denver can't stop the run, and the other teams, Kansas City and Oakland, have quarterback issues. San Diego's going to win this thing, and LT is the premier running back in the National Football League.
Hey, Peterson?
LT.
Peterson?
Let me repeat myself. LT is the premier running back in the National Football League because he catches, he pass protects, he runs, he does it all. Adrian Peterson is a great runner and learning the other things.
I just wanted to make sure you're passionate, that's all, Coach.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. And the Jacksonville Jaguars have themselves some good running backs, too. And right now we're hurtling towards a playoff game between the Jaguars and the Chargers, a rematch of a regular season game. Meanwhile, the Dolphins, they've got to win one before the end of the season, right?
Not really.
Well, we'll have highlights of them against the Jets. And then this is a primetime player? Dion?
It may be.
How about Lofa? Is he a primetime player?
You know what?
Did he hold it up?
Did he hold it up?
When you get 3, you don't have to hold it up.
That's the unstoppable Citizen Echo Drive Player of the Week is him.
Coming in, hand off to LT, goes right up the middle to the 20. Angles right, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, San Diego! Drop back and hand to LT. He's got it, and he's got a hole. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, LaDainian Tomlinson!
And with that touchdown, he is all alone for 3rd place on the league's all-time rushing touchdown list, passing sweetness, the great Walter Payton.
And that is your Citizen Echo Drive Unstoppable Player of the Week. The NFL Replay Council issued the following decree. The Bills-Redskins will be replayed Monday at 7 Eastern, with the Tuesday double dip being the Giants-Bears, Buccaneers-Saints, and then the Wednesday double dip being whatever the Patriots and Ravens come up with, and then the Jacksonville Jaguars and Colts Wednesday at 10:30 Eastern. The Jets and the Dolphins. Cam Cameron still looking for win number 1, and with Eric Mangini coming in the throwback Titan uniform with a 2-9 record, perhaps this would be the time for the Dolphins to win a game. They're at home, they're against a division opponent, but they're against Leon Washington taking direct snaps. 18-yard score. Jets up early 7-0.
You know he can return kicks, but look at him go from the shotgun.
John Beck looking for his first career win instead, in this instance, finds his first career interception, and it's rookie Darrelle Revis who picks him off.
Tip drill.
Maybe Revis is comfortable because they look like his college uniforms, the Pitt Panthers.
Yeah. They do, yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
10-6 is the score, but that pick only led to this, and that is Kellen Clemens not seeing the blitz coming from his backside, and that is Michael Lehan putting the Dolphins on top, 13-10. Maybe this is the day, Dion.
Might be it.
This might be it.
Steve, this could be the day.
I think it might be.
It's Kellen Clemens back at shotgun, throwing to Brad Smith. 19 yards, Jets take the lead.
It might not be today.
Third quarter, though, midway through. Here comes John Beck, 1st and 10. This could be the day for John Beck to...
yeah. Don't start, get it.
Brian Thomas with the sack. Victor Hobson, that led to a field goal. Dolphins get the ball back. Back to pass. This could be... David Harris with the forced fumble. 4th turnover on the day.
He was supposed to block him, and he was supposed to... Yeah.
4th quarter, would you believe the Jets finally, in the 4th quarter of their Week 13 game, get their first rushing touchdown of the year? That's Thomas Jones.
Of the year?
Of the year. A 40-burger for the Jets send the Dolphins to 0-12 in this ignominious neighborhood. The Colts at 86, the 86 Colts are the last 0-13 team, just in case you're wondering. The Dolphins moving on. We move to the prime-timer players. He did hold it up. So he's in? That means he's in?
He has a good chance.
That's coming up next. The bowl schedule is set, which means the bowl season is upon us, which means NFL Network's bowl season's about to begin. The Texas Bowl presented by Radio Shack, Friday, December 28th, 8 Eastern on NFL Network. TCU against Houston, and then in the Insight Bowl on New Year's Eve at 6 Eastern time, Indiana against Oklahoma State, only on NFL Network. Let's go Primetime.
Yeah, it's about that time on 21st and Primetime, baby. The music has kicked in, and I'm feeling it. 21st and Primetime, still the best corner in the NFL. And I'm going to also dedicate this one to my man, Sean Taylor. Number 10, Andre Allison with the 103-yard kickoff return for a TD. Look at him weave through the cover unit. Why can't anyone cover kicks this season? I don't know. Special team coaches, stay low and bring your playbook. Number 9, Jared Allen. I love this guy. May be the defensive player of the year. Leading limited half sack, but he's all-purpose. You can't fade him. That's right, touchdown catches. Looking like a center fielder out there. Number 8, Lofa. I had to slow down so I could get this right. Not uno, not dos, but thrash picks on the day. A linebacker with 3 picks, setting up scores for his offense. Baby, the Seahawks beat the Eagles because of that, man. And number 7, Richard Marshall with the 67-yard pick 6. You know what he's going to do. Hold it up for your boy. And you automatically get on this show, baby. That's how you go primetime. And number 6, Roderick Hood with the 71-yard interception return. He knows protocol. I don't even have to tell him. Hand behind the head. You're on primetime. And number 5, I've been waiting for this young rookie to come back because he is the ROY Rookie of the Year. Let's